guess who I have up here in the BeeHive? Jen Kingwell, all the way from down under. I feel like I have a rock star here.
Don't ask me to sing, whatever you do.
So I'm taking a class, a 2-day class, in which you get to work on anything you want. And I could have done a UFO, but I decided that I really just wanted to do something new. And everyone in the class is so alive with excitement. You know, there's just talking. And you said that, actually, that hand piecing, you actually have more connection to the people around you than people who are machine.
You have to concentrate much more when you're machining, and it's I guess the noise of the machine too, where people, when they're hand stitching, I don't know, they just sit and chatter. So there's always a lot of chatter and a lot of laughter, which I love.
I love that too. So tell us a little bit about the town that you live in.
Okay, I live on the southeast coast of Australia, so on the Great Ocean Road actually. It's a little town called Torquay. It's about 1.5 hours out of Melbourne CBD, and it's beautiful. Coastal town, so only a few thousand people there during winter, but then in summer, you know, it explodes and there are 20 or 30,000 there. But peaceful, a little like here, quiet, gorgeous. We just love it. Real community aspect. So we have our business there, and we've gotten to know some of the local people, and now we're doing more collaborations with other local businesses. And Torquay is the home of Rip Curl and Quicksilver, some of the really well-known global surf brands. And there's a small surfboard maker there, and he is now buying fabric from the store and actually putting it underneath the resin glaze on the surfboards.
Really?
Yeah, so he's doing some amazing things.
How cool is that?
It's so good, because in big cities you don't always meet those people or tap into those connections.
Right.
So it's been a great move for us.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Now you have a shop there.
I do.
And what's the name of your shop?
Amity Textiles.
And what is the name about?
Amity is a French word for friendship.
Oh, really?
So I think part of quilting is just that connection of people.
Right.
I think it's such a special thing that we have.
Yeah, I always believe culture's, it's all about the giving and the sharing.
It is.
I love that. I love that. So you have been designing not only patterns, but fabric. How many fabric lines have you?
Oh,
because you haven't been doing this for a really long time.
No.
You hit the door running.
I did. So I think it was something like 2006. I met Sue Spargo. I was very fortunate. She came to Australia and she came and taught at my store. And she was really like the only reason that I ever came to Quilt Market as a vendor with my patterns. I would never have even dreamt that anybody would want to buy them, but Sue was really encouraging, and she got me here really, so I'm eternally grateful to her.
She's so lovely.
She is the nicest person, isn't she? I've never met anyone that doesn't love Sue.
Yeah.
And so then it was just that when I did the second market that Moda approached me about designing fabrics for them, and FW Media
After the second
market. And so it took me a little while to get my head around it, because it was not something, I can't use a computer, I can barely send an email, I'm so bad. So,
you're hand piecing.
Yeah, I know.
We're not talking big technology there.
I know, that's what I mean.
Oh my gosh.
I'm very basic.
But they saw something in you.
Yeah, they liked, I guess, the designs that they saw, but it took me probably 2 years to actually say yes to them, because all sorts of reasons. I'm such a scrap quilter. I couldn't see myself working just with a line of fabric, and I love so many colours that I thought, if I was restricted to a colour palette. But look, they've been great, and they've helped me and worked with me, and we've adjusted things along the way, but I've enjoyed working with them. It's been a nice process.
So how many markets is this now?
Well, I think the very first market I did was the year that Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast. So was that 2012 maybe?
Let's see. I think Hurricane Sandy, well, that was where we lost our cuckoo clock I think it was 12.
Yeah.
Because we had a weird situation where we had gone to the largest quilt show in France, and I ordered a clock for him that never showed up. And 6 months later, I get a notice in the mail that if I don't pick this up, it's not going to be delivered. And I didn't even know what it was. And it turned out that cuckoo clock was on a boat in New York City when Hurricane Sandy came.
Right.
So that I know that year.
Right. So that was the October, and then it was Portland the following spring.
Oh.
And that was when Moda first approached me. So that was 13. But I think my first...
Did your head just want to explode at that point?
Oh, I had no idea what to think.
I mean,
was
Moda,
just...
that was
Lucy's head was exploding, my daughter, because she was so excited for me. She was like, but I was just, I can't do this. So I think my first line was shown 15. Wow. So it was 2 years later. Yeah.
But your whole family is so supportive of your gift, and
I couldn't do this without them, and Richard and Lucy both work actively in the business, but my two other daughters are just like my eldest daughter Meg had her tonsils out just 2 weeks before I left to come over here. So while she was recuperating, she was making tassels for me for the corner of the pillows that I was showing at market. And so they do, and Abby comes down and she has worked in the cafe. We have a cafe in our store. And
you are kidding me. See, I don't know why more stores don't. Because really, in reality, if you want your customers to stay there longer, sometimes you get lightheaded because of all the shopping, and you need a snack and coffee for that.
Yeah. And look, it's a true cafe. Like, it's not just a biscuit in a packet and something. We have got the most amazing pastry chef called Tana, and she is just, I don't know what, please don't leave us, Tana, because she's just incredible. So the food is amazing. If you look at our blog, the shop blog, and we post the food on there sometimes, people just like comment about how good it is.
And how do they get to the shop blog?
Just Amity Textiles.
Amity Textiles.
Oh no, hang on. Shop blog. Amity. That's a really good question. It's on the website. The website is amity.com.au, and the link to the blog is on there.
There. Okay, we shall find it.
I have no idea how to get to the blog just on its own.
Well, you're always on the road. How many weeks a year are you on the road?
I just told you I can't use a computer. Why did you ask me that question? I travel a lot between sort of April until November.
And that is winter?
Winter for us.
For you.
So I try and be home December getting ready for Christmas, but then our summer is sort of December, January, February. And that's because we're at the beach. The last thing I want to be is travelling then. And also it's when the kids are always down at our place. So I want to be there for that. So I try not to do a lot in that time.
Oh, yeah. When family trumps everything else.
Absolutely.
And you're expecting your first grandchild.
I am. That's pretty exciting.
Oh, gosh.
November.
November.
No quilt market for us in Houston this year because we will be either waiting for a baby or we'll have a little baby by then because it's due right at quilt market. So.
Oh, yeah. So you don't want to have to rush home. Why would you even do that?
I'm not even thinking about coming. No.
Oh. So just... how many patterns, maybe that's too big a number to ask.
I honestly don't know the answer to it.
And you have books out?
Yeah, we do booklets. I've just done one sort of book with a publishing house. The rest we self-publish. That's with FW Media and it's called Quilt Lovely.
And can we talk about the Quilt Mania?
Yes, I think
mystery.
We can. I think in the future I'm going to do a mystery block of the month for Quilt Mania.
Which is just very exciting.
It's just something we talked about at Quilt Market, so I have no definite.
But boy, they would, if they wanted to, they would be smart to get you to do that.
Thank you.
And then your husband does the templates that are used, which is so awesome. because they're so accurate,
That's
as
right.
opposed to when I'm using the Mylar, I don't know, like, here's a piece of template. That's one block I did. This is Valerie's, one of Valerie's quilts. And, as I shave, I keep shaving a little
Yeah,
bit more off.
exactly,
So
yeah.
it's nice to have your heavy plastic templates, especially if we want to rotary cut something. But that's so neat that your husband does that.
He runs that side of it, the whole side, the wholesale side, and the template side, and that's been really good for us too. And that's we've got a building large enough that we can house all of it. So the wholesale's on one half and the retail shop's on the other half, and we've got fantastic staff. Like we can come away and they're
It
great.
keeps
We
turning. The
love
wheel
them.
keeps
Yeah.
turning.
They know what to do.
So what other hobbies? Any other hobbies besides quilting?
No,
Nope.
no. I enjoy the garden, but it's not looking as nice as yours is at the moment because I don't
Yeah,
spend that
well-
much time in it. But
Well, I don't either. I pay someone to spend time.
that's a good idea. That's what I should do.
We decided if there was any way to splurge on ourselves, it would be to have landscaping.
Yeah. Because it is a full-time job, isn't it? You've got to keep on top of it.
It is.
No, I think by the time I travel and by the time I do what I do, and I like to be in the shop at least some of the time, and in the design studio some of the time. So it keeps me fairly busy, and probably when I'm not working as such, I'm with the family. So, yeah,
I
that's...
can't imagine you have a favorite color. I mean, when I look at your quilts.
No, I love every colour. Blue's probably my least favourite colour.
Mine least too. My blue stash is a lot smaller.
Same
than,
here. And when I order fabric for the store, I really have to concentrate on blue because it's not something that I'm...
Well, and at the beach,
Grown
people
to.
want blue.
Yeah, so
You
I
know,
have to
they-
really, make myself look at the blues. But if I had to pick just one colour... I was going to say I love chartreuse, that gorgeous sort of citrusy green.
Yeah.
But then while I was thinking that, I thought, but I love orange.
Oh, yeah. This year, I would say, my favorite color is orange. Last year it was something different.
And look, I think it's a little bit like your children, One day someone's my favourite, but then the next day they're not and the other one is. And colours are a little like that with me.
I get that with children.
Yeah, you know how there's never just one favourite. It gets shared around.
It goes around. Now, do you cook?
Yes, I do. I love to cook. I do love to cook.
Do you cook like, is there an Australian?
No, people ask me that all the time. It's
Yeah.
really interesting. We have like a real sort of fusion food culture. So I guess our greatest influence would be Asian food in which we all love, and we have heaps and heaps of like Vietnamese restaurants and Thai restaurants, and Vietnamese would have to be my favourite. I have to say, I love Vietnamese food. But then a lot of the really good restaurants in Melbourne have that slightly Asian, but not really Asian, you know what I'm trying to say, so, but they'll have a little Asian sort of twist to things. So we have fantastic restaurants. I guess I've just been in Portland with some really good restaurants too. So Melbourne and Portland, I can see a lot of similarities. But Melbourne's a real foodie city, so we have that real sort of love of food. But there's no real... I guess our traditional Australian food would be based on the old British roast or something like that. But not many people, not as many, certainly the young ones. Like my girls are into stir fries and, very sort of quick and easy and healthy food. Yeah. And we cook a lot of that sort of thing too. I'm a bit of a old country cook, I guess, farm girl, grew up on the farm. My mum was a great cook. So we always have lots of, I don't really know. I like to cook everything and anything and, nice slow cooked meats and porks and beef cheeks and just all sorts of things.
What are beef cheeks? Really? Oh, kind of like fish. There's some part of the fish where they use that in some of the finer restaurants that I've seen. Well, Portland, because we're part-time in Portland, that is... we love to eat out. We don't cook much in Portland.
Well, I had the best mac and cheese that I've ever had.
In Portland?
Yep. Grassa on southwest Washington.
Oh, really?
Oh my heavens, it was amazing. It had this slow cooked pork belly on top of it that had this
And
fantastic.
see, when I was with Stacy a lot from Buttermilk Basin, I told her one of the fabric distributors was taking her out to dinner, and they were going to Jake's Crawfish, which is one of the oldest restaurants in Portland if you ever get back
Right.
there. But they have the best banana cream pie, and people come all over for that. So next time, that's what you need to have is banana cream pie there. But they have a very eclectic food. The food cart thing is all over
Yes.
the city
Yeah.
and stuff, and so that's fun. Well, I think it's time for margaritas.
Two, yes. Just one.
You know, yeah, just one. Wait till you see what the
Only
one is. And because, I was so excited about class today, I'm assuming that's what it was, that I have been up since 3. So, so I worked really hard in class though, but I think that margarita is going to make me go to sleep. But you have to help me before we go. So
Right.
come over here for a second.
Okay.
I wanted to thank Jen Kingwell again for coming to visit me in the BeeHive, and whether she thinks so or not, I consider her a quilting rock star. So now, for the winner of the Kathy Cardiff donation, a cottage garden, that person, but first, let me tell you, we want, if we could, if we had a way, we would give each and every one of you something. We probably couldn't afford the postage between G and I, but we truly would. We so appreciate all of you that subscribe and like our videos and hang out with us. But because we can't make a decision, we use the random number generator on the Woolly Mammoth blog, and so the winner of a cottage garden book donated by Kathy Cardiff, and then some little goodies from Lynette Anderson from Down Under, that winner is Susan Paulson. Paulson. Yes, you won. It's got to feel good. So be sure you email me your mailing address so I can get this off to you. And thank you again to all of you who left us a comment and are coming along with us. We'll have more giveaways either here on the Woolly Mammoth blog or on the Quilt Show, the daily blogs. So stay tuned.